Music is one of the few universally shared similarities between cultures and groups of people. You see it used strictly for rituals and ceremonies in some cultures, or some groups of people, like here in America, we use it for leisure, we use it for workouts, for driving. Like, we have different playlists for different times of day, time, moods, and situations, because music can create powerful emotions in us. It can move groups of people to celebration, it can move groups of people to sadness, it can move us to feel and channel our inner emotions. And we use that to, worship gods, goddesses, or God himself. We use it to, feel emotions. We use it to grow closer to our community, and so much more.
Although the most common way to enjoy music is to listen to it, there are so many other ways to create music. This can be performing in a band or group with voices and/or instruments, and music performed in cultural ceremonies. Depending on the location in the world, people will pay a decent amount of money to see live music from their favorite artists. An example of a less expensive way that people can enjoy music is with street music. Sometimes you may notice if you are walking around in a city or lively town, people are performing on sidewalks or in train stations. Whether it is playing an instrument or singing, it is a common way for people to express themselves and listen to different types of music.
Humans have always based their actions on their emotions. Music has the ability to invoke and grasp human emotions like no other. Music became infused into many major religions as a very important component that is practiced daily. Islam just happens to be one of those religions. As a Muslim, you are required to pray 5 times a day. Each prayer consists of multiple surahs, which are essentially God's words from the Quran. In my community, every kid that practiced Islam was taught to sing the surahs rather than reciting it like a speech. To be able to sing surahs was seen as a very desirable skill. There would be events and competitions where kids would pit against each other in order to see who sings the best. It was one of those singing competitions where I won my first medal ever. Although I didn't think about it back then, the impact and influence music has on its cultures is just amazing. The video I'm playing in the back, it just happened to be one of those surahs that has turned into a song. I think it's very unique in the way that Islam portrays music in it.
For many families around the globe, one way that people can preserve culture and connect younger generations to older ones is through music. For many families, as time passes and people separate, preserving tradition and culture becomes a difficult task. However, by using music as a mode of storytelling, people can pass down cultural lessons, values, and teachings that they want to be preserved through time. Through music, families and cultures who have been separated by time, distance, or language can find an easy way to not only connect to each other, but to the cultural community that they have lost.
Yeah. So would you consider music to be like a big part of your everyday life?
Yeah, I would.
In what ways?
I guess just like, this is weird. Yeah, like, it's just a big part of like the friendships I have. It's like one of the big things that we talk about a lot is music, and like, besides just like having like a common interest, it's also, I don't know, I feel like you start to associate songs with certain people, or if you like, and another person, like, you have like your song or whatever, that's also like a big bonding thing. I just feel like in general, like, a lot of times even just like when you like the same types of music, you have like other similar personality traits. So I feel like just in general, like a big part of my friendships, or like the things that I experience, has to do with like the music I was listening to or the people I was listening to it with. So.
Hey, so I'll be interviewing my friend here, and the question I want to ask is, how is music involved in your daily religious rituals, and to what extent is that involved?
When listening to someone recite the Quran or recite different prayers in Islam, many people seem to think that they're singing, when in reality they're just trying to follow a melodic pattern. This melodic pattern kind of beautifies the meaning of what they're trying to say and what they're trying to preach. It also makes it a lot more enjoyable for people to listen. However, a lot of Muslim scholars believe that music is actually forbidden and not allowed in Islam. Therefore, a lot of people are trying to find ways out of this by creating music that doesn't really have the instrumentals. An example of this would be like an a cappella, where the music is made solely on human voices with no instruments behind it.
Hey, I'm Sophia and I'm interviewing my roommate Alexa. So the first question is, in what ways would you say music affects your everyday life?
I would say music is extremely influential in my everyday life.
One of the ways would definitely be as a way to motivate myself every day. I play music in the morning to kind of get my day started. I use it when I go on walks.
And it's just like a great way to motivate myself and get my day going.
So when I light the menorah at home, my mom sings a song called Mild Sir, and it's a story about Jewish people's past and imprisonment and stuff like that ties me to my culture. So do you have a song from your culture that you associate with a holiday or something that ties you to it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say Silent Night. It's one of my favorite songs of the season, and in church it's often heard and sang, and I also sang Silent Night in a production for the church.
And do you feel more connected with your culture when you sing Silent Night or music from it?
Yeah, I feel like it gives me a better appreciation and a sense of the history when I listen to that kind of music.
So, what I've learned from this project is that music connects everyone to their culture in unique ways, and even though cultural music has different meanings, for everyone it symbolizes an important message that is greatly valued and appreciated.